Just fill my entire apartment with ice. Just a block of ice instead of an apartment. So the Emperor is not dead.
How many times did God tell you, old man?
Well, let's just leave him.
Ah, fuck that guy.
Having the airship drop on him worked so well last time. I'm sure that this will work too.
Yeah. I mean, if something as devastating like that doesn't work, then, then why bother?
Could not reach the stars.
I believe this is the same text scroll as at the very beginning of the game. We're really high up.
We're going full circle.
Yes, I like it when a game does that. Yeah, I like it when at the beginning area, even though it doesn't really have much significance by itself, you still return to it. Like late in the game, or even at the final part of the game, it's like, I'm back here. Remember your origin.
Just climb to the top of this castle.
Or what's left of it.
Dramatic music. A long ascent indeed.
Yeah, how big is this tower?
Oh, there we go.
Ah, hell yeah. I love it when it does this.
Well,
Damn. Title drop. The Ember Throne, we're here.
didn't look much like a throne, but
It's metaphorical. So, I was like, you know what? I think it's most appropriate if he sampled my favorite characters. And look at that, we're only level 38. Isn't that's a weird level to to be at late game.
fairly
38.
low level overall. But I mean, I guess it does depend on the length of the game, and for
Yeah.
for 27 hours, it's not.
And not a lot of optional content. Yeah, we have Axis right there. I don't think he's alive actually, but
Remnants, at least. Oh,
what's left of him?
hi, Evelyn.
You are really tall.
Well, she was really tall.
Like
Last
taller.
time we fought her, she was pretty tall.
Well, in the overworld, she seemed like normal size. Isn't it great when this is something video games can do, and it's like one of my favorite things.
Oof.
Is if they name the final chapter
Ow.
the actual name of the game. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, it's easy to do when you have a location in the game that actually refers directly to the name.
Well, yeah, but even then, you can still do it. Like, even if it isn't an actual thing in the game universe. But a weird example would be Risk of Rain. I don't know if you've played it, but of the levels, it's like, for some reason, it's like named chapters, and then the final chapter of the game is called Risk of Rain. And it's like, cool.
I think it would be odd if like the final area of a Final Fantasy game was called the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, considering it's a series. Even the actual game being called Final Fantasy is a bit weird.
But like, try to do it with like Persona as well, you know?
Okay. Well, with the case of Final Fantasy, if it ever does that, it better be fucking good. All right.
The Final Fantasy.
Because if it isn't, then you've wasted it. You can't do that ever again.
I mean, yeah. It would need to be like some really over the top location.
It needs to like encompass like every single game in the series to some extent. If you're gonna call that chapter Final Fantasy.
Be kind of like fascinating to see them try, though.
Oh yeah, I mean the closest we got so far was was it 4? The After Years was when it like reintroduced bosses from like the other Final Fantasy games up to that point.
Well,
or something.
Well, After Years was a more recent addition to 4.
Yeah.
Like.
And like every single game that had like the crystal, like the 4 crystals in it, it had like bosses from each of the games. Or something.
I don't think it. Like the weird thing about Final Fantasy bosses is that they get reused in games anyway.
Yeah, I know that much, but it's like.
I don't think
specific bosses from.
I don't think that it brought back any like any game unique bosses. I don't believe it did, at least. I haven't I've played most of the After Years, but I haven't like 100% completed it.
Right.
And I don't recall any bosses that were like specific to any other Final Fantasy game, at least. But I don't know.
If it ever does something like that, where it's like, fuck it, you're fighting Kafka now. And it's like, okay, he's out of the way. Okay, Sephiroth, fuck it.
Technically, they sort of do that with Final Fantasy 14, I guess, but it's not like it's not.
That doesn't count.
Well, it's not literally the bosses from the other games as well, either, I don't believe.
I don't think it has to be, like, literally the same character. If you're, like, the dimension hopping to the other games, then I think that would be, enough.
That is the same character,
to call it... Yeah, but, like, if you kill Kafka in the other game, how does that affect the other game, If it doesn't affect the other game, then I wouldn't consider it.
I mean, that's basically what they do with Gilgamesh, because the Gilgamesh that shows up in every Final Fantasy game is supposed to be the same Gilgamesh.
Really?
Yeah, and like in Final Fantasy 12, Gilgamesh literally uses he wields swords from previous Final Fantasy games.
Wait, which Final Fantasy?
In 12.
12? Oh.
Yeah. He has Titus's sword from 10. He has, where's some of the other ones?
Sword,
Gunblade. I think he has a Buster Sword, maybe. I don't remember all the swords he has.
Because, if that was like a super boss in one of the MMOs, then I'll be like, yeah, whatever, that's fine. But if it's in 12, okay, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, he's one of the high-ranking elite hunts, I believe, if I remember right.
Is he like an optional super boss?
Pretty essentially, he's not literally one of the super bosses in the game, but he is an optional boss that you fight pretty late into the game. But it is it's part of the hunt side quest that runs through the entire game.
Well, if his side quest is called Final Fantasy, I'd be fine with that.
That would make more sense than them trying to name like an entire area of the game the Final Fantasy.
I wasn't talking about an area. I was talking about like a chapter or like mission.
They do have quest names that are, strange like that. So that would be, I could see them doing something like that, at least. There we go. We beat Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that she's not gonna actually be dead because, yeah.
No, we still need cutscenes.
She seems pretty fine after us just beating on her like that.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh. No.
He's gonna crumble. Well.
Or just evaporate.
Why'd you have to go and touch him, Evelyn? God.
So it seems the Amber Throne is semi, self-aware.
I'm not sure I agree with that, Evelyn.
She's gonna ascend into godhood.
Then
we'll see.
As JRPG enemies are wont to do.
Of course. This isn't even my final form.
Yeah. Naturally. I wonder if this game is on the TV tropes page for that.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the only LP on YouTube.
Do people still update the TV tropes pages?
I'm sure they do.
That's rather large.
That's a massive tree.
I feel like that could be a problem.
Yes, another JRPG trope. An apocalyptic event happening that can be seen throughout the entire country.
This seems like it could put a little bit of a damper on our plan to destroy the Amber Throne.
Perhaps.
Just a tiny bit.
I'd like to think that whatever structure was created was so big that it blocked out the sun.
Well.
Or not. This might be just a flashback. The prologue thingy.
Oh yeah, this is young Ara.
No, this is young Evelyn, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so what the prologue was referring to, little girl, was actually Evelyn, not you.
The falling star. Okay. She just had the same hair as us when she was a baby. So she's decided to destroy the world to rule it?
Or at least wants to reset it, which, is a nicer way of saying, let's just kill everyone.
Destroy the world to rule it. Well.
Ooh.
Welp.
Are we the baddies?
Turning all the nice green plains into desert.
What if I like sand?
I don't like sand. It's rough and coarse and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Or is it coarse and rough?
Someone...
I don't know.
I think it's coarse and rough.
I don't remember the order. Well, that went well.
Yeah. So, man, what is happening outside?
Seems like stuff got wrecked.
It's just the entire world. So I think Corpse Accord is like, you know what? I think that was a bad idea, helping her.
So we're not quite done yet.
Nope. We still got the end game going on.
The Divide.
I think it was called The Divide previously as well, but
Well, it's more dramatic now.
I guess. I was wondering if like you'd get reactions from town folk.
Well, they're talking about the white petals.
Oh yeah. It's a very pretty apocalypse happening. It's a shame we don't have our airship. We could have used that to travel to space and get to Evelyn faster, but it seems like we have to climb.
No airships for us.
No, it got destroyed.
I mean, we could steal another one.
Oh, they also got destroyed.
The entire armada of airships destroyed.
Essentially.
We do see all these white sage-like trees around here, though.
Yeah. Those paintings on the wall, are they actually paintings? Because they're spinning. I don't know what's up with that.
I think they'd be like little pinwheels and stuff like that.
They look 2D to me.
Well, I mean, it's a 2D game.
I know, but it looks like it was drawn on the wall.
Realistically, it probably was. Like, I don't think it's meant to be like a painting on the wall.
Oh, okay. Oh no. This giant plant has been behind it all along.
Welp. They spread like a disease.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so basically the world will end via this giant plant engulfing the entire world and everyone on it. And that's why we don't want anyone on the Amber Throne. It's because the Amber Throne was evil all along. And we should have destroyed it.
The throne is taken root at the Red City's castle.
I wonder why it's called... Okay, I get why it's called a throne. But, like, Amber? I'm not sure about that part. Doesn't really ring a bell. Like, it's very plant-like.
Well, amber is the, fossilized tree sap and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Also, I think this is an optional area that I could have gone in, like, near the start of the game. And now I'm just demolishing whatever's inside.
75 experience.
Yeah. I could have used that earlier. Oh, there might be helpful items here. Maybe a low-level potion.
An odd mushroom.
I think it's a crafting item. Create more potions.
No damage.
I think that's literally what it is that they're doing so little damage, it's essentially zero.
I think we might be a little over-leveled for this area.
Well, we can't unlevel, so I guess we're stuck like this. And have to go through it for completion's sake. See? It's an area I haven't been to before. Oh, this part. Okay. Yeah. I could have gone to this part way early in the game. However, it has some significance in the ender game. So we're gonna be. I'm just checking out what's here, but we're gonna be returning here later because I can't do everything here as of right now.
Curious.
It's a very weird optional thing. Remember how I mentioned I had to translate like this game's made up language letters?
Yeah.
It comes into place here.
Is that something that you have to do, or is it like an optional side thing?
No, this is entirely optional, but it's just very weird. Yeah, it's to do with this thing. I found some pieces already, actually, but you can see it's something that progression can be made throughout the whole game. However, to actually complete it needs to be much later. And I think at this point I was kind of panicking because it's like, oh shit, did I miss the last piece? Because I don't think I can go back to any of the areas I was previously. So hopefully I didn't miss it. But no worries. I did manage to find the final piece.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah. Ooh. It's a face in the ground. So, akin to the eclipse from Berserk, except a lot prettier.
No.
Although still horrifying.
No demons destroying the world.
Or
necessarily.
Well, at least there's flowers.
That is a heck of an enemy design, though.
Yeah.
Yikes! I wouldn't want to fight that if I ran across it in the street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just whatever thing has a human face on it. That and it's obviously clearly not human. It's always. I don't know about this.
How many of those things are there?
Too many. Clearly.
Oh.
Yeah, you can just refight it. So, it's just a thing. And it's up to you if you wanna.
It's just in the world
fight
now.
it again. Yeah, you didn't really kill it. Like, it's still around. And you know, common with apocalypse type settings, you get looters.
Why are these silly looters thinking that they're any sort of match for us?
Well, clearly they don't, and their primary occupation is to steal stuff, not to fight people.
Yeah, but they're like charging at us to combat rather than running away in fear.
Oh well. They really want that potions.
Man, the world map got really kind of messed up.
World is a fuck. But yeah, so really no one really knows what's going on. I mean, like, imagine if our Earth just sprouted giant plants with faces on them. Despite the apocalypse, there is still a thriving economy.
At least the merchants are still getting some.
Well, I'd be disappointed
business
if merchants just disappeared. I mean, that's one of the main downsides of point of no returns. It's like, well, I could have bought stuff.
I mean, you haven't bought anything up until this point, but you know.
I bought potions and revives. I mean, this was the point, is to save up all my money till the end game when the higher level stuff is available. Am I wrong?
And you still end up with over 350,000 gold.
That's gonna come in some use.
I'm sure.
Oh, believe me.
Were you gonna use 100,000 of it?
Well, it's all gonna become clear at the final episode. That being said, yeah, I think I actually came up with a lot more money than I really needed.
You don't say.
And let's just say I bought too many items, and it sort of trivialized the whole game.
Well, I mean, it's because you haven't been buying anything throughout the game.
Well, are you talking about weapons and armor?
Yeah,
because you can still find those in the world. You don't need to buy stuff like that.